Yo bro surfers, I've been Professor D.A.O. Welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play. How do I word this? Okay, so I'm sure a lot of people are looking up how to make their animation good. And so today, I've discovered some tips that absolutely every single one of you already know about. So for our mortal example today, we have Mr. DJ Yonder. We're gonna put him in the air, so let's just pose him. Let's twist and turn here. Maybe do it like that, maybe do it like this. But realistically, I would want to put it like that. And this is not an official sequence, I just wanted to, have a video for today. Now let's, take more limbs. So what position would you think you would realistically have? Now, what helps you pay attention to real life for a second, and then you pose yourself with like, what position would you have if you're falling? Now I can't really put the face cam in right now, so when I pose myself falling in the position that I would have, I see that my right arm will be more closer to your chest, and then it would be like this. Maybe pose the hand a bit. Not like that. Whatever, I think the hand was fine before. And then with my other arm, the hand was like that. Okay, I think I lied about this one. Like more up. That's the problem. And this arm will out like that. And then I guess like that, and then the hand, what can we do with that? Like that again. I don't know, it's all I got for you, whatever, it doesn't really matter. But that's just a little thing. And then with the legs, you could do the same thing, but I don't know, for the sake of time and get this. So yeah, we got. Don't worry about the fingers. If the viewer won't pay attention to the fingers, so let's move on, shall we? So we'll switch to the graph editor. We select it, add the marker right there, and then move it a bit. No. And then add another quick marker just to seal the deal. And then, since you're gonna move more limbs, you would need to make them clip so then you can move the neck. But first, what I would like to do, is not use rigs whatsoever. Just keep it in the default thing, and then just move it from there, starting with the pelvis. There would be like some problems later, where like, you pose things realistically, and then there's a bunch of clipping. Whatever, it's hard to explain, you'll see later. Okay, and this is like one of my favorite kinds of stuff to animate. So when he hits the ground, he basically bounces. Oh, dang. A bit more higher, and then starts to hit the ground again. The bounces in physics would be a lot more different with like specific kind of materials. But, you know, this is usually what I do with like people or something. You can like copy exactly what I'm doing here if you want. If you're watching this because you need help. And then to seal the deal, make a marker really far away from the rest. And just, yeah. So, let's see what it looks like. Okay, that actually looks really bad. I didn't... Usually, when I do stuff like this, it looks a lot better, but... Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll show some examples of more physics thing stuff that I did over time in the past, on screen, everywhere. So yeah, just look at all that. That's usually what it turns out to be. I don't. Okay. Usually it'll look better when you move the limbs. Dang. I think you can tell exactly what I was going for, but some movements are kind of late or early. Okay. So let's go with the head. Hang on. Usually. Just move it a bit. Okay, and then zoom in over here. Make sure that there's no clipping. You know, I don't really care about clipping, but whatever. Ta-da! Then again, because the way things move. Clipping. So this is like a big part of physics. Like your sequences. You know, when something like important moves. Oh heck, I just accidentally. When something like so it's kind of hard to explain, but as the pelvis would move and having the neck move, it's like just shaking your arm and then watching how your hand reacts to that in like a ragdoll motion. So basically, all this is just ragdoll. Oh yeah, there's a lot of clipping, but well, okay. Once I do something, I don't want to fix it. So let's move on to the arm. Usually, I think I would start off with the arm. Normally. Usually. As he moves, just basically break his arm. And then, as if you had a rig, just move it to where it was as he moves. Oh, yeah, we'll move the lower arm. Boom, 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 boom. Moves really slow, so it looks really bad. Then, no. I always like to start off with the important stuff first. Okay. Sometimes, like, sequence doesn't really go the way you want it to go. It doesn't obey. There's these little dots that just mess it up. But I don't know how the dots work, so I can't fucking do it. Okay, it's starting to come together, of course. So, yeah. And on with the legs. Oh wait, I expected the other leg, but okay. Wait, no. Either it would go that way or the other way. I'm gonna make it go this way. Now select the leg. Ooh, this is actually perfect. Then change it to right. Shish kabobbles, what happened? What happened to my skills? Okay, we'll go to the lower arms later. Oh, clipping. You know, I like what happened there. I like how good that looks in the leg part. But everything else is just, you know, I think the leg movement is the best part, but let's see what happens with the arms. If you're feeling lazy, just break his arms. Okay, now it's looking good. You know, mastering the skill is what makes a good anime. What makes me good anime. With every single collab part that I'll do, I will always do something like this. Because it's the only thing that I'm good at. Physics. Okay, so let's move on to the spine. I'm gonna add a marker right there. Then have a marker right there. Yeah, you got spine movement. It's hard to explain why I put this marker there, but put it there first. I don't want to explain it. You can move the hands if you want. It's actually not that important, but so I'm not really gonna do it. Except for when. Except for this one. I'm gonna off at first. But yeah, everything else is fine. You can move the feet, you can move whatever you want, really. But yeah, that's a sequence, basically. But I'm gonna have to delete this now. I'm gonna have to delete everything. Goodbye, Llama. You see, I spent all that work doing that, only to delete them all out of existence. See, yeah, this is actually a waste of my time. I just need a video for today, okay? No, don't judge. Now, on to our next lesson, back to... Okay, so let's move up to an object here. I'm gonna explain the focusing. Let's create the camera, click it first, okay. And then, here we go. Focal distance. Right there. Aperture, all the way up. Clip editor. Blurry. In this lesson, we will learn how to focus. I still don't have this down, hang on. Let me move it right here because I'm trying to focus on this and that's what's blurry, that's a problem. It's still... Gosh, this is actually really annoying. I was told that you have to have that square thing in the middle of your subject. There we go, that's better. That's R. Do it on the clip editor, it just won't work. The clip editor is not meant. Do move my mouse. Do very H. That's how you focus stuff, but focusing the camera as it's in a sequence, that gets weird. I'm not gonna demonstrate that because I hate it every time I have to. So basically, every time I try to do that, you don't even know what I'm talking about. Now, what else should we do then? So that's the first part of making an animation good. There are other software you can make it good, but that's basically the basics of the physics. Lighting, here we go. Not gonna use those lights. Let's put it right. Yeah, sure. Now, we'll get a model in here in a sec or something, just something. For a nice way to make like some art, I noticed. Hey, also there's this thing to make the lights more weird. Okay, tone of map scale, you make it darker, and then I can add the lights so it looks like nighttime basically. Brighter, darker, tone map scale. So let's keep it like that. All the naturalness is basically the moon. Now let's get a model in here. Let's get Duckbone in here. Nobody cares. I don't have time for this. She's trying to T-pose because she's tired of playing this game. Got the backpack. Never use this model for anything. But anyway, let's start off with the lights. Let's add a light, shall we? Here we go. It's a lot more intense on your work camera. Intensity. I'm not really good at lights, but I can teach you how to do stuff. So it always looks really good when you have a light like from the side. Like it's a light that's completely different from the surroundings of everything else, and it looks really cool. And it looks even better when you change the intensity. It's really cool. Let me move it up a bit. There you go. It's really blurry on the stuff. Now let's move it, shall we? Now what's distracting, what's not? That's an important thing to know. Think about or like find out. Focal distance. You are in the middle of our subjects now. There we go, that looks good. So for all the blurriness, I'll put this on Photoshop. Let's but is this the best we can put it? Can I put it behind her arm? And the answer is no, because then the arm is focused. That's the annoying part. So you have to... How's about... It's still not good enough, so... Like what we had before, middle of subject, and you got what we need. It's the best. Now, the more blurry you make this, the less exposed the background will be that's not focused. So I would recommend making it blurry as possible, so changing the aperture all the way up. So we have this one light that shows up right there. Now let's change the color. We don't need document outputs. Now we can change the size, in which we don't exactly need that. Turn that down. Got other stuff that I don't understand. So right there, that's basically the color. But let's look. There are no orange lights. But another tip that I heard: try to like look around and see where the light might be coming from, and which this light is coming from nowhere. And yeah, so don't do what I'm doing. Okay. Unless if it's absolutely necessary for this. Still not necessary. I just like to put random lights. So it would look good if there was a light coming from the truck. There's this train, cargo train thing. So let's add another light, right? And then move it from under here, and make it shine. Make it from behind. Now that looks good. Now something very important that you gotta make sure to do. Make sure that the camera doesn't see exactly where the light is coming from. Unless if it's actually coming from some kind of bulb, stuff like that, that's fine, of course. Lighting, it's realism. Now make sure, like, lights like these, especially, just do not have them in the shot. Now let's change the color of this. I want this light to be, like, a completely different color set. Okay, so this light is so big, angled so weirdly, that it shines on that wall, so let's change that. I want it to be shining right. Good girl, right Doma. But you don't have to make it purple, you could experiment around what's better, but we're gonna stick with blue since I'm so bad at art. So that's what we have so far. You could open up Photoshop and something. Now let's make mine. Really bad. The island shower. The eyelid, the way these eyelids are rigged, weird. You gotta be careful when you're working with them. Yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, another thing about lighting. Now let's go back to light 2 and enable vulneretics. And then there it is. It'll be all seeable. But if you don't want that to be too distracting, which it's not really, because as long as you focus the camera, this will be your attention will be on this thing. But I guess that's fine. It's fine, you can do that. I love enabling vulneretics. Lately I haven't really been doing that a lot, but you know, whatever. So this is our art piece. Now let's render this the poster. What is it, poster? We'll see. Export post. Wait, no, don't crash. Is it gonna crash because I'm recording? Renders. Poster. There you go. Is this the image? Yes, I would like to open up Photoshop. Alright, now we got Photoshop here. There we go. Here is our image. That's actually, I didn't think I was gonna work, but yeah, that's how you do it. You got it. Your schmeck sheet. There, and then you right click, create vector mask, and there you go. Hang on, I still wanted to have the background. Create vector, and then I can brighten it up. I can do whatever I want to it over this one. I think we're done here. I think this is all I can do. Now there is a difference.
Oh, hello.
So guys, we did it. We hit 250,000 subscribers. Distance. Their old friend Doc Bomber. Oh yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I'm getting close to 200 subs, so yeah. I would appreciate it if you could sub and then see all my later videos that I'm working on. You'll get notified about my fast too, which is what I'm attempting to work on here, and this is what the session is, basically. Yeah. So, I've actually cancelled all the tutorials of D.A.O a long time ago. Here's a nice chat. I just wanted to do like this and show you how I do things, basically. But yeah. So, I'll continue with all this, and I'll show a little animation next for today. So, goodbye. Bye.